What's going on, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on?
It's your boy Sean.
It's your boy Troy.
And we back.
Tapped in for the 2026.
2026. We here.
Yes,
we
sir.
here. We hope you guys had a safe and happy new year.
Oh, yeah.
Brought it in the way that you wanted to. With the people that you love, friends and family.
No doubt, man. I tell you what, it's a blessing, man, to make it into a new year, man.
Oh, for real, man.
Don't take that lightly.
Yeah. I was sad to see, man, one of my favorite characters on TV passed away right before the end of the year.
Didn't get to make it. I already know where you're going, man. Yeah. He said, can I get a
I was like, no, man. No.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, man. I don't even know the guy's name, but the guy from The Wire for sure. But you know,
he's the senator, right? He was the
senator.
Yeah.
Try to take me down. Nah.
He played that same character in almost every movie that he was in too.
Did he?
Yeah, like that's it. Yeah, that's
kind of stereotyped him into that role.
That.
But nah, man. I'm just thankful, you know what I mean, for God's, blessings, His grace, to see another year, more opportunity, another day, man.
That's it.
That's another day.
That's it. And actually, man, we got it up on the board, man. Resolution, New Year resolution. I know this is a time where people like restart. They like to reset. I'm not a resolution guy myself. I'm a builder. I build on. I feel like if you already got motion, you already got it going on. The thing is, you just keep it going. You know what I mean? Yeah. So every time somebody asks me, you probably heard me say it before. I've been saying it for years. I just want to do gooder. That's it. Do gooder, man. They say what you do gooder, man.
Yeah,
keep that traction going, man. But that's no knock to anybody who have it, because have a resolution, because you need to be able to have some kind of direction. You know what I mean? Set your goals. The Bible say write the vision, make it plain.
Yep.
So I'm not knocking anybody that do have those resolutions, but along with resolutions come work.
For sure. And man, you know what? The one thing that I've been thinking about here recently, and it's really come, you pour, raising your kids, you pour, what you feel like is the best of you into them. And, I look at my daughters and, my oldest daughter, me and my wife aren't bakers, but she took an interest to baking. It was prior to COVID. She might have been like 13 or 14 at the time. And, we just let her, I don't even know why. We just let her start baking.
Let her cook.
Yeah, we let her start cooking. And I look at it where she is now, and what she can do, baking and cake and stuff. And the importance, I've watched that journey, right? She didn't, I know she wanted to get better or gooder and gooder and gooder.
Right, that's it.
Every year. But it is so important. Resolutions, I think, work for the best people when the people themselves are intentional, right?
Yeah,
and when you set out with a plan in life and you're intentional about achieving that goal, I consider that a resolution.
Yeah.
You come into a resolve like, I'm going to get from here to there. I might not have everything figured out now, but I'm going to work towards that.
That's it.
Because some people say, man, I accomplished all my goals and I never wrote them down. And then some people, like me, like I write down my goals.
Right.
They both are the same things. When I write something down, it's because I'm being intentional about it. When somebody else who might not write them down, they might just make up in their mind, hey, I want to do this. I want to be this. And they take action.
And I'm more like that. I'm a visionary. I don't write strict goals down. I write broad stuff down.
Yeah.
But I'm a visionary, so I see myself where
you want to be.
I want to be,
right.
And the things that align with that is what I work on. Right. And then I look back and realize, man, I didn't hit it. I think we talked about that not too long ago, and that's how my life's been. I've always put myself on that path and start working at it. And I don't give myself like a strict date or anything, but just working toward it. And I always look back and say, oh man, that was one of my dreams, one of my goals. And I just keep hitting them, man. And that's why I say each year is just the build on what you already got going on. Because a lot of people, that resolution stays the same every year because you scrapped it too early last year.
Right. And that's the thing, man. It's just like being consistent and little small wins on a daily basis. Like I don't think people appreciate or think about that enough because it's not overnight.
Right.
It's a thing where it may take you 6 months. It may take you a year. But if you had a goal and you had a resolve and you had a vision in mind, because for me, I see stuff, the same thing I see myself there, or I see stuff before I actually get there. I write it down to remind myself, or maybe even to break it down into smaller steps so that I don't get frustrated trying to go after that goal or that vision that I have in mind, but most certainly always see it before it happens. But like for younger people, I think the important thing, not even about New Year's resolution, but it's more about just being intentional about your life and where you want to be at, and not letting life just happen to you. Absolutely. If you want to be, I was having a conversation not too long ago where the person was saying, hey, this person's family didn't want was wondering why their kids wasn't around or didn't come around that often. And it was like, because they didn't want them to be influenced by the environment that they was in.
Right.
And it's just like, because of that, they made the assumption like, oh, they think their kids is better than everybody else's. It's like, no. It's not that they think their kids are better than everybody else's, but they have a standard for what
they're going to allow and what they want to expose their kids
what they want to expose their kids to.
Right.
It does, it doesn't make it bad. And then it's like, okay, well, what is the opposite of that? The opposite of that is if they had allowed their kids to be in that same environment that they don't want them to be in, and they turn out that way. Right.
And as a parent,
make sense.
Yeah, it don't. It don't. And you have to be okay with people not understanding. If I had advice to anybody, since we're talking about setting goals and things like that, my thing is, you got two things, man. You got good ideas, you got God ideas, man. Right. And a good idea, that's a good idea. But if it's a God idea, it comes with a little bit of purpose and you're going to stick to it a little bit more. Right. But my main thing is, because I beat myself up because this is a transparent moment for myself. I was a great starter. But that finish, and it's like the dotting I's, cross your T's, all that middle stuff is where you get distracted. And then that next thing come along, I'm jumping on that. So now what I started to realize, I had a lot of half done stuff. I accomplished some, but I didn't get it all done. So Can't get right, man. Gotta get rid of them distractions, man. And just be focused and, man, one thing at a time. You know what I mean? That's it. But I mean, you can definitely accomplish your goals, man. Yeah, align yourself with the right people and stay focused, man.
And my thing is, like, I don't know. Man, I would have probably still been the same way. I'm not a New Year's resolution person, but I do look at my life as far as my birthdays year over year. Have I progress? Am I the same? Have I become better? Have I accomplished the things that a lot of times it's more so inside job work. Yeah. Have I accomplished those things that I wanted to? And that's what I really look at. I don't want to be my birthday. It just so happens is close to the New Year's. Yeah. But my birthday really is the marker. Like, have I mature, have I mature as a person? Would the guy last year be proud of the man that I am today? Nice. Would he approve of the decisions that I made, the life that I lived, the way that I treated my family, where I raised my kids, where I love my wife, I treated my friends and stuff like that? Would he be proud? No doubt. That to me
is a great measuring stick.
Yeah. Always trying to chase a better version of myself, man. So
no doubt. Speaking
of better versions, man, had a nice little Christmas gift didn't expect Dave Chappelle.
Oh man,
Dave Chappelle dropped the special,
Come on,
man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Man,
sir.
every time he come out, I find myself like I gotta watch it. And it's crazy because at first my wife didn't understand his comedic approach,
right?
Right, like the storytelling and like you really gotta be he make you think.
Yeah.
Ain't like all shuck slap, knee slap type of stuff. It's like, okay, you really gotta follow this story.
Yeah.
And see where it's going. But man, it was so good. I had to watch it twice.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you what it was. It was more so that I felt like I was missing something.
Yeah.
Because he was teaching. Because he was teaching, but then he pull it back together. Yeah, and give you a nice little punchline. But I learned, and that's what I think I like about his comedy, is that I always leave there. I can't say a better person, but a more enlightened,
more aware, more enlightened. He know how to tie those parallels in. So you looking at it this way, but he can tie it in. And man, I think he's a genius because think about it now. It's levels to everything. So when you think about comedy, when most outside of Dave Chappelle, if you buy a comedy ticket, you thinking gut busting, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? With Dave Chappelle, he can get a crowd, probably one of the largest crowds you're gonna get at a comedy show, and they're okay
being quiet,
with being quiet, not laughing, going, learning something, and then he have his moments.
Right.
And with those moments, they bust out in laughter. Right. But that's not typical of a comedy.
Right.
Session,
it's usually joke after joke after joke. Yeah. Nah. Man, you know who else is I find myself watching a lot. Ali Sadiq.
Oh man. Now his life. That's his real life. I've been watching that bro for some years. That's what
man. He is funny, man. And he's a great storyteller too, man.
Yeah.
Great storyteller. But what would you say is what surprised you the most about Dave Chappelle? This particular one.
Nothing, because he always give me what he expect. His bravery, man, to me, man. I feel like he pushed the boundaries, man, but he does it so tactful where it's like, I don't know, it's like a sniper, man. Like,
right.
I'm gonna hit you,
right?
But you just don't know how it's coming. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to censor something when you don't know how the delivery is coming. And they gave him a platform, and man, the brother, he don't really surprise you, man. He just dropped bombs, man. He dropped bombs, man.
He did, man. He did. It's crazy because I watched it. And that's the same thing I said. For him to have the platform that he had and say the stuff that he does, that's got to come with a lot of weight.
Yeah,
a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But the other thing, when you talk about his genius, was as he was coming towards the finish, he was like, "I got two closes to this."
Yeah.
And he said, if we got enough time, I'm gonna try both of them out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy because I had to watch it twice to figure out what the first closing was that he had planned to do.
Right.
And the second close was the one that he didn't plan to do. That was the very last thing that he said.
Right.
And it was crazy because I watched that, man. I probably stayed up until 2-3 o'clock in the morning one night.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the special was on. And I started watching it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna stop.
You were drawn in there.
Yeah, I was drawn in. And I mean, his mic drop at the end, like my mouth was wide open.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was telling my wife, I was telling her about it. Same kind of conversation we having now. And she was like, "No, don't tell me. I want to see it." I was like, "Okay." And so when she's watching it and he's getting to the end, I just stopped looking at it.
Right.
And I looked at her. I was just looking at her. She didn't even realize I was looking at her. And when he said the last thing that he said, she was like, right. Mouth wide open, man. Like that's the only reaction you could have, man.
Yeah.
And like in the landscape of all things right now, to say that,
right,
and just leave you.
Oh, hold on, man. Damn, what makes it no Falcon? Hold on, man.
Yeah, and just leave you.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you ain't not gonna try to clean that up. You're not gonna try.
It is what it is. Like, but think about it, man. And the way that he's doing in possession, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
You expect this from me. Now, there's other people in other places that's saying some of the same things,
right?
And they supposed to have a little more decorum, a little more, you know, be like, wait a minute. So if they can,
right?
Why can't I? Drop these bombs?
Yeah, I mean, almost everything is entertainment nowadays, man. Unfortunately, even the stuff that's supposed to be serious,
right? That's what I'm saying.
Looks like comedy.
You probably get 9 out of 10. You get more out of a Dave Chappelle stand up than you do from some of the ones that you should be getting some real direction from. But
yeah, for sure.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. So since you said a whole nother topic, man, when we was growing up, man, the old shacking up. Shacking up, man. Shacking up was a thing, man. You was not supposed to do it. Yeah, I mean, it's a sin, almost abomination.
Yeah.
Has society changed in a way now where it's like that's almost instead of the taboo, it's kind of what's expected these days. And if that's the case, you agree with that?
It has become the norm. It's almost like a lot of things from when we grew up, where we used to see, and you get the tap and you walking with somebody. I mean, just from a lot of things. Look, now we're numb to it. Shacking up is one of those things, man. Is it still a sin or considered a sin? I believe it still is, but is it one that's pointed out? No, I don't think so, because you got to think about it. The ones that are shacking up, they having housewarming parties. We're going to them. They having baby showers, buying gifts and going to it. So it can't be all of that. And it's young people, and it's young people finding their way, and it's almost like the interview process, man, nowadays, right. Man. And I can't say I would do it any differently. I mean, do we want to uphold the standard of, what we believe? Yes. But man, that's a hard ass.
It is a hard ass. I mean, in black and white, short answer is a sin. Yeah. I mean, because you're not going to stay with somebody and not.
But is that the sin, the shacking up part, or is it the sexual part of it?
Man, if you like the way chocolate smell, right? And you never tasted it before, but you hear people talk about how good it is. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like me saying, I'm gonna set you up and you can stay in the chocolate factory, but you can't eat none of the chocolate.
Yeah. You're gonna get a sample. You're gonna get you a sample just because.
You gonna. So I mean, you're now the standard is God, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's the standard. We can't change the standard, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me you're going into that with pure intention.
You're gonna try, man.
You can try, but I mean, you like chocolate, man.
Man, listen, true story, man. True story. Your boy, bad boy. Listen. So we got our first apartment, man. We was young. This is pre-marriage. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got married shortly after, but we were in our first apartment. Now, granted, my mother, man, she's very spiritual, very religious. Same with my wife's mother was a pastor. Mm-hmm. So at the time we move in, I'm telling everybody, I'm swearing up and down. This is my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm sleeping downstairs. She's sleeping upstairs. Mm-hmm. And when I say your boy, bad boy, man, she ended up pregnant from downstairs. See what I'm saying? I said, well, I guess that jig is up, man. But
yeah,
yeah, so
jig
you're
is up.
right, man. There's no way.
It's no,
No way.
it's no way. But I would say, I mean, I did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So me and my wife stayed together. I mean, she ain't get pregnant or nothing before we got married. But you know, we stayed together, and I went to somebody very wise who I respected a whole lot. And I asked him about it. The answer that I got, this is somebody who was in church, been saved for a very, very long time, very, very wise person. And they didn't advise me not to do it.
Right.
Right. Because it was better than some other things that
Some alternatives.
Yeah. It was better than some alternatives. Not saying that I was going to do nothing crazy or anything like that, but the wisdom in it was, if this is somebody that you love and somebody who you think you're going to be building a family with, then maybe there's something that you should do. Just to make sure that this is what you want, right? The Bible's not going to tell you that, but just wisdom and common sense and living a life is going to let you.
But if you say that about that, then you got to say it about the physical part of it.
No, I mean, they knew that the physical part was probably going to be happening. So,
but that's what I'm saying, though. Look, what you're saying, from what I gather, I'm gonna make sure I'm hearing it right, because I agree that if this is something you're going to do, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say a test drive, but it's kind of like, okay, are we compatible in living situation?
Yeah.
So how can you separate that from the physical part, though? So saying that is saying that the same thing, because how do you know unless
I mean, I was already doing.
I'm not saying you personally, I'm just saying anybody before they cross those lines, like, okay, I can't say that I want to marry you and be with you, and I don't know if we're compatible.
So the thing is, so we have to look at it real world and then biblically how it's set up.
God's expectation.
God's expectation was for the woman to stay with her family until she got married. That didn't mean that you couldn't court her. That mean that you couldn't spend a lot of time with her.
Right.
And courting her and spending a lot of time with her, you can figure out how, if you can, if you wake up thinking about this person, you go to sleep thinking about this person, and you want to be with this person more than you want to be with anybody else. And when you're around this person, even their faults you can deal with. And then the things that they do that make you happy, obviously they make you happy, right? You really can figure all of those things out before you stay with somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we're just being real and honest.
Yeah.
It's the fact that subconsciously, whether you want to admit it or not, you're wanting more of an intimate relationship before you're absolutely sure that's what you want to do. But the flip side to that is, if you did it in the way that God intended it to, you don't know what you don't know.
You never tasted that chocolate before,
right?
So you don't have anything to compare it to. You not have anything to compare it to, right, if you did it in the right way.
If you did it in the right way.
That's what I was going to, that's what I was going to make.
So like, if you don't have that to compare it to, it's
not even an issue.
It's not even an issue. It's
the best piece of chocolate you ever had. It's the only piece you're going to ever have.
Right.
You only going to,
Right. So in that aspect of it, it's like God always, the way he set it up was to protect us. Right. Yeah. So like, if you eat chocolate early and you like, man, I like this American chocolate, but I wonder what that German chocolate they be talking about. What that tastes like.
Now you want the Dubai chocolate.
Right. Now you want all this other chocolate. Now this chocolate do something that this chocolate don't do.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you find, the right piece of chocolate. It's like, I like it, but
every now and then I
like it. I like what that other chocolate tastes like, right?
But you bought it on yourself because you stepped outside
the intended the intentions, right?
And that's keeping it real. That's
that's keeping it real. Now, again, I'm one.
Mm-hmm.
Now we both are one. Who's shacked up?
We shacked up.
I shacked up.
And a part of that is too. Okay, so certain cultures, we're told to go out to be providers. We're told to go out, be earners, do this. So once you're doing that, it's almost like for me, and my dad instilling in me the things to be a man. And because I, did have a child out of wedlock, which was a whole nother set of, responsibilities. I didn't want that burden on anybody else.
Man, yeah, a bunch of chocolate, boy.
yeah. But yeah, I didn't want that burden to be on nobody else, though. You know what I mean? It's almost like, okay, I'm gonna do the things I'm supposed to do as a man. So that means putting you in the house. That means living with you. And sometimes I think we're rushed to do that because of coming from certain backgrounds. You don't want to put that on the mom to be a grandma too early, or you don't. Or you just want your own freedom, man. Okay, I stay with you, but 12 o'clock, do my company got to leave? Do this?
Right.
You want that freedom. Right. Not saying it's right, but.
And we don't have to go into this down. I think we can say this because I think this takes some thought. But how and when did we get to that place?
The place.
So where culturally that became accepted.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's almost expected. Boyfriend, girlfriend, they gonna move in together. They gonna stay together, live in the same house for a year or two, might even buy a house before they decide to get married. It's like, well, what changed that? It ain't like you woke up one day and they did something special, a little trick or something. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry this person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you did that, you was as committed as you was the day that you put the ring on.
Yeah.
So,
You took on married responsibilities, and also you took yourself off of a market that technically you were still in, because I mean, you kind of, especially if you don't know if that's the person, if you just playing house, it's like, okay, I'm playing house. Because out of respect, a lot of people is like, okay, you living with somebody, it's a done deal.
It's a done deal. We're exclusive now.
Yeah. And you might only like that person that way, man. Like, yeah, that's too quick. But a lot of jokers do it. And a lot of guys do it out of lack, man. They do it for a place to put their PlayStation, man. You know what I mean? I can put my PlayStation here.
For sure. And there's a pressure, man, with housing. Like, this is more so for younger people who looking at this. I get it. You know what I mean? It costs so much to just live.
Yeah. But why not you and your homeboys, you and your homegirls? Like, it's not for you, three of your homeboys get a place if you want to do it.
If you want to do it that way
without
and you save money. You know what I mean? But to go out on your own, you get out of college, right? You might be making $60,000, $70,000 a year. You probably done bought a car. You got car insurance. Your rent probably $1,500 to $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
Ain't much left for you to do.
Ain't much left, man.
I mean, you can get some vittles, you ain't eating out a whole bunch. You ain't going out a lot. You ain't traveling a lot. Not when you got those responsibilities. So it's like, man, some people just make that decision because it makes life easier.
It makes life easier. And it helps you to date in this society. And we always go back to this, but now you just describe somebody responsible, somebody that wants to have the things they want.
Right.
But with that responsibility, it takes you off the market from the cats that's not responsible, because they got a bag to blow now. And what are the young ladies looking for?
The bag.
They looking for the bag. Because I'm over here doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, I'm not available just to
dish it out.
So now I'm the scrub.
Man, I'm going off.
Good God.
I'm going off script.
Yeah.
I'm going off script on this one. Because it was crazy. It was a thing I saw yesterday. Actually, it was a girl who was on Cam Newton. And she was bragging on the fact that being a baddie. And he was like, okay. can you please explain to me the characteristics of a baddie? The girl couldn't explain nothing, man.
All look superficial stuff.
Oh, she dressed better than everybody else. Her social media popping, you know. I was like nothing.
No substance at all. Huh?
Like one of the examples that she gave was that she was a baddie because she wanted her daughter or son wanted to learn how to swim, so she built the almost $1 million pool in the backyard.
Wow, that makes her a baddie.
That's a bad. He was like, no, but what do you bring to the table? Like,
right.
what
qualities?
What
do
qualities
you possess to make
what makes you a baddie? And man, she struggled. And he was like, well, hold, let me coach you on this. She was like, no, I don't need you to do that. He was like, well, I'm asking you the question and you're not answering it for me.
Right. And you talking to a man, like, tell me
what is a
why
baddie?
you a bad? Yeah.
What is a baddie? And it's crazy because you hear the young guys talking about they want to bag a baddie or she's a baddie. And it's like they don't even know really what they're trying to bag.
They don't. No,
they don't. And I mean, like, I think that's an honest question. And it's like, okay, well, how warped is it out there right now that a young man is not looking for somebody who can be a great partner that's going to help him, encourage him, believe in him, pray for him, who is willing to make sacrifices for him.
Yeah.
To become the better version of themselves together, who's willing to work alongside them. I mean, physically work alongside them, willing to sacrifice and save so that they can build the life that they both want together.
Right.
That's a baddie.
That's a baddie. That's it.
That got your back. You ain't got to worry about a joker coming by and like, yo, I can take you here, I can take you there. And it's like, it's not about where you can take me at. It's about how do you make me feel?
That's it. And it's about how you stand the test of time, man. Like the test of time. I'm a car guy, man. And they make there's a lot of new cars in production. That's great. But something about when a mean old school pull up, man, that still had that same old school integrity, that same, it shuts everything down because it withstand the test of time, man. And that's what a real baddie's gonna do for you, man. It's gonna, 10 years, 20 years down the road, after the kids, and all that, you still bad because those qualities aren't gonna go anywhere. But
that's when the baddie just getting seasoned. They just really really figured it all out. It's like, okay, this is where we at. This is what we do. That's when it gets the best,
that's when that Claire Huxtable come out.
Yeah.
I get a pass on that one, man. My baby now love Claire, man. That was my homie.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Claire, I'm repping for baby girl today. Hampton University. Troy daughter is a junior at Hampton University.
No doubt.
I try to make it a point, during this time of year, doing a basketball tournament where a couple different HBCUs, my alma mater, UMES, Dell State, Hampton University. Then I got some just regular like HBCU college.
No doubt.
Sweatshirts. So
big up to all the
shout out to HBCUs and Claire Huxtable.
No doubt. Yo, man. So, man, we always talk about the social media era, man. And social media, man, is very entertaining. It could be educational. But, man, one thing I'm starting to realize, man, in that comment section, man, it's starting to become a thing where, well, in my opinion, and I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you feel like, man, it's becoming a place where we're desensitized, man, where we're just like insensitive, man? Man,
I'll be honest with you, man. Comment sections is trash and filth and I run right to him, man.
Run right to him, man.
Boy. Run right to him and start reading. Like, man, this is terrible.
Yeah, it is, man. It's almost like, you know, when we was growing up, what was the rule? If you ain't had nothing nice to say,
don't say it at all.
Don't say nothing at all. And it's crazy. It's crazy because it makes me wonder, like, a lot of the people, if you're in a setting where you have a chance to respond, you see something, somebody say something in person, you quiet as a church mouse, can't say nothing. But man, something about when you get behind that keyboard at home, boy, you can say the most hateful.
Man, and them fingers have no conscience, man. Them
no
thumbs,
conscience.
Them thumbs, no conscience, man.
Bad,
no conscience.
But it's getting to a point now, man, where you got to realize these real people, these are real situations. I mean, see something the other day, man, car crash, man. Instead of, hey, I'm praying for the family and all that. What was they? Was they on that phone? Were they distracted? Like, at the end of the day, that's a whole nother conversation. Somebody lost a loved one.
Right.
Something that just happened. And it's insensitive just to, you know what I mean? But I don't think people are even thinking before they comment, you know what I mean?
Man, I'm going to just say that type of mindset starts from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. If what you're seeing on TV and on your phone, if the people act with respect and dignity and treat others with respect and dignity, you're probably likely to have a little bit more respect and dignity.
Yeah. And you got to have that for yourself too, though.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You got to have it for yourself.
But I mean, you think about what people watch and what they see all the time. And the thing that sells the most is negativity.
Yeah.
And so people they don't realize it, but they're being brainwashed by negative talk, negative thoughts, negative, writing, in the comment section. And so it's becoming a norm because that's what they absorb themselves with. Right. And most people, unless you have a greater calling to want to be a better person, or your eye is on something like we talked about earlier, if my North Star is Jesus, there's a lot of things that you can say, well, at least you didn't do this, or at least you didn't do that. But in his eyes, it's still wrong.
It's still wrong.
It's still wrong. And so, if you don't have a guiding light in your life, it's very easy to succumb to, well, yeah, I said this, but it ain't as bad as what they saying down there. Right. Or I'm doing this, but it ain't as bad as what they doing over there.
Right. Well, but you never know who my main thing is you don't know who you're offending. I mean, I had somebody post something the other day. Now, granted, do a lot of these posts I agree with, or some of the stuff we talk about in my home? Yeah, that's different behind closed doors, but I'm not going to show this to everybody. And I don't know who it's going to offend, because it's people that fit this category that I communicate with and that I like. We just talking about a subject, a certain area. But it's not for the world to see my view on that. First of all, I wasn't asked. Right. You're not talking specifically to me. Why am I just going to insert that? And then the other aspect of it to me is everybody want to be famous. They want to be stars. But people don't understand that with that, you got half the people that's going to like you and half the people that's not going to like you. See, and it's cool when everybody hearting and loving your comment. But then when somebody call you out on it, now you want to fall apart. Or when you got to answer this to your employer why you made this comment, now all of a sudden you don't want to be a star anymore.
Right. And so I think that's, honestly, you spoke on it a little bit earlier. I think that should be the guiding light of what you put in your comments. If whatever's happening, if you can't say it to these people loved one's face or in front of their face, you don't need to be putting it out there.
Yeah.
You don't need to be putting it out on social media.
Right.
In the space of your loved ones and your family. Yeah. If you're talking about your thought process and maybe they should have done this differently, or, it could be a learning lesson for your children, or just a learning lesson for you and your, you and your spouse.
Yeah.
Or just a conversational piece. It's not that you're having that conversation to be malicious to that person or their family. You're just speaking about that topic within the confines of your own home and in your environment.
That's
totally different. That's totally different than now injecting your thoughts into their life. Because now the people that they know and they love are going to see the comment that you put on there, and that's going to affect them.
Oh yeah.
When, like you keep saying, nobody asked for that.
Nobody asked for
your opinion.
And then we missing a lot of jewels, man. I watched a lot of reels and stuff where somebody can give you some good, even if it's just some sound financial advice.
Mm-hmm.
If the joker don't look the way that you think they should look, if they ain't sitting the way you think they should be sitting,
mm-hmm.
you missed the whole message just to get your little jokey joke off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man,
go ahead.
No, and I've got to say my biggest pet peeve, I got to bring this one up, man, because I talk to my wife about this one all the time. I can't stand a bully, man. And I think it becomes the new form of bullying.
Sure.
If I'm in IHOP and somebody's shoes run over, you know what I mean? They decide to run out, you know what I mean, with ashy ankles. Okay, yeah, hee ha ha, you know what I mean? Like,
you was there, you had to be there to see this.
Yeah, I seen it. But to take a picture, to go see that, think it's funny, post it on your page, and to get everybody else bullying them along with you, that, first of all, it's very immature.
Right, yeah, for sure.
And second of all, man, you know, is you're not thinking about your community and people around you, because somebody know that person.
Right.
And you know what I mean? That person's minding that business.
And then what does it say? Yeah. But what is it for somebody who isn't mature and it isn't going with the trend in the crowd? Mm-hmm. What does that say about you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you're, like you said, you're that immature that you would think that
don't get me wrong. It might be funny.
But it's funny if you was there in the moment.
Yeah, if you were there in the moment.
But the mature part is knowing you had to be here.
Yeah,
it had to be here.
It's just a little jokey joke. Dad, boy, they should put some lotion on this joint and keep it moving.
Right.
But to make somebody a still mean, and then it's not going anywhere.
Right.
It shows your ignorance, man. It really
for sure,
does, man.
Sure.
We gotta do better, man. Let's do better.
We do, man. And now that we're on the comment section, because I'm seeing a lot more of his posts today, man. We all know, you know, kind of what Jay Morrison went through, like as far as, you know, the Tesla real estate fund and all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know, he's had some health issues and stuff like that. He's got a story. Actually, was incarcerated. About 45 minutes away from here?
Yeah.
What is it? ECI.
Yeah.
But now looking, he's gone through the public trial. I mean, I think he does. I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but it may owe some people who invested in that fund a lot of money. I do know that the building that he bought, they ended up foreclosing on it and things like that. And now he's trying to kind of rebuild himself in the real estate arena. But now he's just more so talking about residential properties, fixing and flipping and stuff like that. And you could tell he's trying to rebrand. But man, that comment section, boy,
they unforgiving it.
Man, they won't let him live it down. I mean, like even to the point where he's like, man, how many times I gotta apologize? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Just because you wasn't there when I said it, or you didn't hear it.
Right.
You know, how many more times do I have to say it? And it kind of goes back to what you're saying, is that at what point in time are we able to redeem ourselves?
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to build ourselves back up. And at what point in time will other people show the compassion? You know what I mean?
And have grace. And man. Just display a little bit of grace, man.
Yeah, the compassion and grace, because I mean, it could be you.
If not for the grace of God, it would be any of us.
Right.
Any of us at any given time, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we really got to be mindful of that, man. And like I said, nothing's wrong with a good joke, man. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with a good joke. You know, we cut up, man. I laugh, I cut up, man. Right. But at the same time, not at the expense of somebody, because man, depression and things like that is real.
It's
man.
real. For real.
Some people, man, can't deal with that, man. Oh, they talking about me, this, that. Now I can't show my face. You know what I mean? I'm telling you this now, man. I know we about to wrap it up, but just for all the camera happy people and all that, I pray to God I don't never get boxing in a boxing match. But if I get knocked out in there, the first thing you do is upload it, man. I'm going after the cameraman first, man. Man, jokers are just wild. Nobody ain't breaking it up.
Nah,
They just want to.
they want the clip.
They want the clip.
They want to be the first one to upload it, man. They want
Crimes and all.
crimes. I mean, just anything that they think will get the most likes and shares. It's up. It's up, man.
Yeah,
it's up. So I mean, that's why it's important. I mean, I was gonna say it's important to choose your friends, but I mean, a lot of times it's people that don't even know you that's posting this stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, somebody who just walking by instead of. And I get sometimes not stepping in because you don't know the backgrounds and what people bring into the party. But instead of trying to de-escalate it, it's like they just let it escalate, and all they want to do is get
footage. Because they know if it get there, we got footage.
Yeah, we got full footage.
I'm gonna end with this. I'm gonna say two things, man. Because you said something earlier. You said that two things I told my kids from day one, and you can ask all of them. First of all, if you out there, you in it.
Right.
So I probably would never have any footage, because if it get escalating to that, I'm gone. It's Delaware. We'll hear about it tomorrow morning anyway. I don't need to be.
You're gonna see it tomorrow.
You're gonna see it tomorrow, right? Yeah. So that part, if you out there, you in it. So that footage ain't worth it half time, especially when they shooting and all that. And then second of all, I'd always told my boys, man, and my daughter, don't never say nothing about a man that you can't say to a man.
For sure.
So if you live by them principles, man, it's cool. Yeah. Joe could come out and say, "Oh, Troy said this." Guess what? 9 times 10, he done said it to you. You done heard it,
right?
You know what I mean?
And it's stuff like that, man. That keep it simple. I mean, like you said, when we talk about the comment section, if you talk about somebody, man, if you can't say it to their face,
yeah, probably just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
They just just simple things that we as a society kind of lost track of. Well, trying to think, man, that might be might be it.
So real estate guy, yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah. Hey, going into the new year, for y'all who have bought a house in the past year, and have made mortgage payments in 2025, make sure you're going to get your year-end interest statement from the bank. Make sure you get that to your tax preparer so they can write all of that interest off for you.
Oh yeah.
So that's the one thing that's my easy phone call for the year, man. I always use that to call past clients. Like, hey, just want to make sure you remember your tax statement's about to come in. Put that to the side. Make sure you get that over to your accountant, whoever doing your taxes for you, so that you can get your write-off for the year.
No doubt.
That's a helpful tip. But as always, man, we want y'all to like, comment, and share. Man, me and Troy been talking about it today. He was like, man, how can we get these people? They see us, they tell us they're watching the show, but they're not doing as much subscribing and liking and sharing. So hey, this is a challenge for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Come holla at it.
No doubt. Blow us up for the 2026.
Yeah, for sure. And always stay tapped in,
man.
Peace.